Hello and thanks for joining me on another outing. This one's probably going to be quite quick because I'm just popping out to shoot my entry for this month's competition on landscape photography on YouTube UK Facebook group. This is probably just going to be one shot tonight. It's about 45 minutes till sunset and I'm just walking down the field in front of my house where I've scoped out a composition. Now, on a lot of my outings during the course of this month, I've obviously been on the lookout for the right shot to enter this challenge, and I haven't found it. Now it's getting on to the end of the month, so I've kind of painted myself into a bit of a corner. That said, I'm pretty fortunate to live in a scenic location. Excuse me while I bash my way through all these thistles. I've got shorts on, so it could get nasty. What I'm hoping to do is to get it backlit by the setting sun, and that's why I've waited for a really pleasant evening. So this is what I'm looking at, and I've had to do quite a lot of gardening. I've had to clear away loads of stinging nettles and long grass to isolate these foxgloves, and you can see from where my camera is, I've had to hack a load of hawthorn off of this bush so that I could get in the position that I need to be in to have the sun backlighting the foxgloves. The composition is being shot at 12mm, but what I'm trying to achieve here is to get this old dry stone wall, which is pretty much just a grassy hump now with the odd bit of decent stone. There's a really nice old gnarly fence post sticking out as well, and all of the background vegetation is being nicely backlit. These fields are really dry at the moment, so everything's got that sort of pale dry look to it, and then that's contrasted with the darker areas of the trees around the lake. So that's my composition. I'm shooting, as I said earlier, at 12mm, and I'm gonna need a relatively fast shutter speed because these foxgloves are blowing about a bit in the breeze. So I probably need an aperture, even though my ISO is up at 400, I'm not going to take it higher than that, but with an aperture of f8, f9, I should just get up towards, say, a 200th, something like that. Let's try it. Yeah, the light's going fast. f8, 125th, that'll probably do it. I'm going to bracket one stop up and down, but of course at that aperture I'm not going to get the whole scene sharp, so probably focus stack 2 exposures, maybe 3, and of course they'll be bracketed, so it'll actually be 9 images brought together to create the final output. That light is just now starting to go down, so I'm hoping that they'll still be backlit, because I mean obviously once the sun's completely below the horizon they're not backlit anymore. Of course at that point the sky actually then hopefully starts to take on an interesting colour, so it's a bit of a balancing act. At the moment, even with 5-10 minutes to go before it really hits the horizon, it's far too harsh, and these will be backlit but everything behind it will look terrible. So as usual with this landscape photography and malarkey, it's a waiting game. Well, that's about it for tonight. The sun's gone down, the show's over. I think I've got about 20 or 30 exposures on the card, so hopefully I've got enough to work with and I'll be able to bring together an image that's worth entering in this month's challenge. As I mentioned earlier, it's for the Facebook group Landscape Photography on YouTube UK. It's a really good group, and if you've got any interest at all in landscape photography, which I assume by the fact you're watching this vlog you might have, why not pop along and check us out? It's a really good group. So with that, I'll say thank you ever so much for tuning in again. I really appreciate your encouragement and support, and if you haven't subscribed yet, why not do it now and join me next time. Cheers.